Timeline of Tabriz. The following is a timeline of the history of the city of Tabriz, capital of East Azerbaijan Province in Iran. Prior to 15th century. 714 BCE. Mentioned in Assyrian King Sargon Roman II's epigraph. 2nd to 7th C BC. The earliest elements of the present Tabriz are claimed to be built either at the time of the early Sassanids in the 3rd or 4th century AD, or later in the 7th century. The Middle Persian name of the city was Tiars. 8th CC Tabriz bizarre construction begins. 858 CE a devastating earthquake happened in Tabriz. 1041 a devastating earthquake happened in Tabriz. 1208 annexed by the army of Kingdom of Georgia under command of brothers Ivan and Zechariah Imkargadzili. 1275 Marco Polo traveled through Tabriz on his way to China. 1298 Shammai Gazan built approximate date. 1299 city becomes Ilkhanate capital. 1300 Rabbi Rashidi Academic Center built. 1305 Gazaniya tomb built. 1311 Masjid-i-Alisha built approximate date. 1314 Madrasa of Sayyid Hamza built. 1320 Arg of Tabriz built. 1330 Dimishkiya built approximate date. 1340 Masjid Ayastad Shagard and Alayya built. 1356/1357 city is briefly occupied by the Muzaffarids. 1370 Imarat-i-Sheikh Uvais built approximate date. 1375 city becomes capital of Kara-Koyunlu territory. 1392 city besieged by Timur. 15th-16th centuries. 1406 Kara-Koyunlu in power. 1465 Blue Mosque and Muzaffariya built. 1468 Uzun Hasan in power. 1469 city becomes part of Ak-Koyunlu territory. 1472 capital relocates to Tabriz from Amid. 1475 Masjid-i-Hasan Pacha and Maksudiya built approximate date. 1478 Nasiriya built. 1483 Hasht-Bihisht Palace built. 1500 population, 300,000 approximate. The fifth most populated city in the world. 1501 Safavid Ismail I in power. 1514 5 September city taken by Ottoman Selim I. Safavids in power. 1534 Ottomans in power. 1535 Safavids in power. 1548 Ottomans in power succeeded by Safavids. Capital relocates from Tabriz to Kazvin. 1555 Persians in power per Treaty of Amasya. 1571 Uprising. 1585 Ottomans in power. 17th-18th centuries. 1603 Safavids in power. 1610 Ottomans in power. 1611 Safavids in power. 1635 city sacked by Ottoman Murad Roman IV. 1636 Sahab al-Amr Mosque built. 1641 earthquake. 1655 Madrasa Sadiqiya built. 1673 population 550,000. 1676 Madrasa Talabiya built. 1721 earthquake kills 80,000. 1724 Ottomans in power. 1724/25 Ottoman invaders killed about 200,000 city residents. 1730 Safavids in power. 1736 city becomes part of Afar territory. 1747 city becomes part of Khanate of Tabriz. 1757 Mohammed Hassan Khan Qajar takes city. 1762 city incorporated into Zand realm. 1775 earthquake. 1780 28 February earthquake kills about 200,000 city residents. Population about 30,000. 1785 Qajar is in power. 1799 Qajar Prince Abbas is appointed as the governor of the city. 19th century. 1808 population 250,000 estimate. 1817 printing press in operation. 1826 Russians take city. 1827 city becomes part of Russian Empire. 1828 Qajars took power in the city. 1830 cholera outbreak. 1860 Tehran, Tabriz telegraph begins operating. 1868 Constitution House of Tabriz built. 1881 population 165,000 estimate. American Memorial School in Tabriz established. 20th century 1900s 1940s 1908 Sardar Hamayan Vali Kasem appointed as Tabriz first mayor. 1909 19 April Howard Baskerville, the American teacher in Tabriz and a supporter of constitutionals, got killed in battle. 29 April Russians Cossacks take city. 29 April monarchists siege of the city failed with arrival of Russian forces. 1910 population 200,000 approximate. 1911 December occupation of Tabriz by Russian army in 1911. 30 December Second al-Eslam executed with 10 other constitutionals and nationalists by Russian Cossacks. 1915 Tabriz occupied by Ottoman forces during invasion of Tabriz. World War II. 1916 Jalfa-Tabriz Railway begins operating. 1917 Tabriz firefighting tower built. Tavakali Matches Factory established as one of the first private factories. 1918 28 February Russian retreat from Tabriz completed. 496 28 February Ismail Nobari, head of local Democrat Party, took control of the city. 18 June Tabriz occupied by Ottoman forces. 1920 4 September Iranian Cossacks take control of the city after retreating of Ottoman forces. Late summer Kiabani's revolution suppressed with help of Cossacks. 1921 Tarbiyat Library established. 1922 1 February Major Lahutis revolt to take control of Tabriz. 134 142 7 February Major Lahutis revolt crashed. Persian Cossacks take control of the city. 1925 city becomes part of Imperial State of Persia. 1934 Tabriz Municipality Palace built. A major flood caused a lot of damages to central parts of the city, including Ali Kapı. 1937 city becomes capital of Eastern Azerbaijan Province. 1941 Tabriz occupied by Red Army as part of Anglo-Soviet invasion of Iran. 1945 November city becomes capital of Azerbaijan People's Government. University of Azerbaijan established. 1946 Soviet troops retreat from the city. November Azerbaijan People's Government collapsed by Iranian Imperial Army. 1947 Tabriz University of Medical Sciences established. 1950s 1990s 1950 Tabriz International Airport begins operating. 1951 Azerbaijan and a newspaper begins publication. 1956 Tabriz National Library founded. Takti Stadium Tabriz opens. 1958 Azerbaijan Museum established. 1963 population 387,803 estimate. 1967 as a beginning point to industrialization of the city Mashin-Sazi Tabriz factory is established. 1968 Iran Tractor Manufacturing Company, the biggest industrial complex in northwest of Iran at the time, established in Tabriz. 1969 Machine-Sazi Football Club formed. 1970 Tractor Sazi Tabriz Football Club formed. 1973 Reconstruction of Blue Mosque is accomplished. 1976 June part of 1976 AFC Asian Cup's final tournament held in Bag Shomel Stadium, Tabriz. 1977 12 December students protest in University of Tabriz in anniversary of establishment of provincial government of Azerbaijan was brutally attacked by the military units. 1978 February, as part of Iranian refinery complexes, Tabriz oil refinery is established. 18 February, the protest against Shah became violent after one of the protesters shot dead. This incident intensified the rise up of people through the country for revolution of 1979. 1979. February, city becomes part of Islamic Republic of Iran. December, large protest against unfair treatment of Azerbaijani minorities. Varlik, a quarterly publication, Azerbaijani magazine, established. 1980. March, protest in support challenging the new constitution suppressed brutally by central government. September, airstrike on Tabriz airport and Tabriz oil refinery by Iraqi Air Force at the first day of Iran-Iraq war. 1982 population, 852,000 estimate. 1986. Azerbaijan cycling tour race begins. Shahadari Tabriz Cultural and Athletic Club formed. 1989. 89. Sahand University of Technology established. Azerbaijan Shahid Madani University established. Tizhaushan High Schools established. 1992. Tabriz International Exhibition begins. East Azerbaijan Province split into a smaller East Azerbaijan Province and Ardabil Province. 1995 21 May. Student protest against unfair treatment of Azerbaijani minority by Arab. 1996. Yadgar Imam Stadium and Museum of Constitution open. Population 1,191,043. 1997 Tabriz Islamic Arts University established. 1998 Hossein Farhankpur becomes mayor. Tabriz Petrochemical Co. is established. 1999 Student protest to support Tehran University's student movement for more political freedom. Tabriz Art University established. 2000 Provincial TV station of Sahand begins broadcasting. 21st century. 2001 Atishin Hajipur selected as new mayor of the city. 2002 April, Tabriz Cartoon and International Annual Cartoon Contest started. 2006, Alir Zanavin selected as new mayor of Tabriz. Amir Nezin House Museum and Iron Age Museum open. May thousands of ethnic Azeris demonstrated in Tabriz against government official newspapers Iran cartoon insulting Azerbaijani minority. 2009 Gastersh Fulad Football Club formed. 2010 Bazaar Complex is inscribed as World Heritage Site. 2011 August, a protest for saving Lake Urmia is suppressed by police. Population 1,494,998. 2012, 18 February, construction of the tallest building in city, Bloor Tower, is accomplished. 11 August, a major earthquake in Varzakan shocked Tabriz. Air pollution in Tabriz reaches annual mean of 40 ppm 2.5 and 68 ppm 10, more than recommended. 2013, 14 June, local election held. 15 June, thousands of city residents came to streets to celebrate the victory of Iranian moderate presidential candidate Hassan Rouhani. November, Sadig Najafi Khazarlu is selected as the 55th mayor of Tabriz. 2014, 29 March, Tabriz celebrated the Earth Hour for the first time by turning off Sat Tower's lights. 25 December, Tabriz Soccer Museum is established. City becomes part of newly formed National Administrative Region 3. 2015, 27 August, first portion of Tabriz Metro started its services. 2017, 4 November, Iraj Shahin Bahar is selected as the 56th mayor of Tabriz. Images Tabriz in 19th century. Tabriz during Constitutional Revolution. Tabriz invasion during WW2 ==